Now, I want to shift gears here very quickly. What are your thoughts on Pete Hegseth banning transgenders from the military? Now, of course, I'm a military vet, disabled military vet of 20 plus years. And me personally, I have to be very transparent. I agree with the ban. What are your thoughts on it, though?
So I have mixed feelings on it. Number one, I do not believe that taxpayer money should be paying for sex change operations. To me, that seems inappropriate. Just like I don't want my money being used to pay for abortion clinics. You know, so what you do with your body is your thing. If you want to get an abortion, like that's you. That doesn't mean that I might not try to talk you out of it or say, hey, here's why I don't think you should do that. Same thing. You want to chop off your body parts? Like, whoa, let's think through this. But at the end of the day, if you're an adult, not a child, but if you're an adult, you can do whatever you want, right? So on that side, I don't really have, I don't agree with taxpayer money going towards those kinds of operations. Whether they can serve or not, I don't know. I don't know enough about the military because I've talked to military people that are like, hey, you know what? On your private time, if you want to dress in a dress or whatever, but when we're on the battlefield, if I trust that you've got my 6, I'm cool. So I don't know. I think there's mixed opinions, but at the end of the day, if you want a lethal military force, I don't think you can have these distractions out there. Just like, you know, it's a little bit hard with women that serve in the military. They do a great job, but if they become pregnant, should we be putting pregnant women in the battlefield? Hell no. I don't think we should. So, like, again, I think if it distracts from the military mission and the focus of the group, the cohesion of the group, then I'm out. But I'm definitely out on taxpayer money. But again, I'm not for trans stuff. I'm not going to their parades. I'm not fighting their battles. At the end of the day, if a dude wants to get an address or a girl wants short hair or to be a tomboy or whatever, like that's none of my business. But you start forcing it on my kids, you're going to see more than Dark MAGA. You're going to see Dark Gardner, and I'm going to be a really difficult person to deal with.
Now, on that notion, when it comes to the kids, I totally agree 1000%. Leave your hands off the kids. Leave the influence off the kids. Now, you have some thoughts there about you know, you're not fully 100% that it should be banned or not. Now, if it's dealing with the taxpayers' money, of course not. I agree with that as well. And I thought about the upkeep. I thought about the upkeep of people who are transgendering from male to female who, quote unquote, has not had the surgery yet. And I thought about training in Yakima in Washington State. I thought about training in Death Valley in California, where, you know, with the humidity, it gets 115, 120. And we have service members who identify as women, and they do these altering things to make themselves to appear as women. And in those conditions, I just don't see it as conducive to the environment and to the mission at hand. So that's why I say I believe, I believe with the ban. That doesn't mean that I'm against transgender. Like, whatever you want to identify as, that's your God-given right, I guess. That's your freedom of choice. I don't want to infringe on that. But when it comes to the safety and security of America, and you may hinder training or may hinder missions because of this identification that you have, then I have to go along with the, America first and the security of America. And no, I do not believe there's a place in the military that will adhere and have certain facilities and certain accommodations. Again, that's going to take away from the overall security of America, because it is a distraction, in my opinion. It is a distraction, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people may be against what I said. Again, I'm not against anyone who identifies a certain thing. But when it comes to and that's the bigger picture I'm looking at. I know some people have weasel statements and weasel words of how the military can do this and do that for, say, a group of people. In my opinion, biologically is one particular gender. So I don't know if you have any remaining comments on that. I know that's a really
just again, if it distracts from the mission and the cohesion of the group, then it's out. And it's the same thing with, like, again, like you have to be mentally tough